I had to make a video immediately after seeing this. Switch Killer, aka the Trans-American Killer, starring Karajo Basso, Bishop Man, Monique Shachel, and Alexander Agar. She's a cunt above the rest. This is an indie film, as indie as it gets. I can't find anything about it. As much as I tried, I could barely find as little as I was able to. There is a version of this film called The Trans-American Killer on Tubi TV, if you would like to take a look at that. It's excellent. I went into this film with absolutely no expectations. I was just severely disappointed with the film I had just watched prior, called 3. That is THR, the number 3E. That film, starring Mark Kaplukas, it was very forgettable. I could barely pay attention to it, so I was very disappointed with that film. So when I decided to pop this in on a complete whim, I did not have any expectations at all whatsoever going into this film. And I was blown away. This is amazing. It's indie as it gets. It's directed by a man called Mick Hale, produced, or distributed rather, through Lionsgate Home Entertainment, released in the year 2004-2005. They also got the Trans-American Killer LLC down here, all rights reserved. Barnholtz Entertainment, Trans-American Killer LLC, and Trillion Cinema presents Switch Killer. Well, there you go. It was written by Jim Mills and Mick Hale, produced by Dave Hawkes, executive producer also Dave Hawkes, and then there's Alan Brown. There's a lot of indie feel to it, especially with the case, the back of the case, all that good stuff, man. This is a film that has a story behind it. This was either sold or donated to a store that rented movies, kind of like Blockbuster. And then this movie rental store, went out of business. Somebody purchased this at the clearance sale. They ended up keeping it for a time, and then they ended up selling it again to a reseller. And then from that reseller, they sold it again to somebody else. And then that's where I come in, and I found it for 25 cents. I picked it up for 25 cents in a bin. There was nothing in there. There was nothing of merit, nothing of note, nothing of whatever, right? So I picked it up, I grabbed it, and then I had it sitting in a cabinet in a backlog for years. I never got around to it until just now. I am disappointed in myself for that. I should have watched it immediately, because I have newfound respect for this man, Mick Hale. Apparently he's made another movie called Mr. Ice Cream Killer Man or something. He made that in the year 2000. I need to go watch that. Oh, yes. This is a slasher that feels like it came right out of the 80s, with over-the-top blood spewings. There's all sorts of campy dialogue, campy camera angles, campy edits, and of course, there is plenty of gratuitous adult shots. There's plenty of that. Plenty of gratuitous adult shots that will make anybody who enjoys that type of thing enjoy it immensely, because it's all over the place, Every few minutes you're going to see it. And this character here, Switch Killer, let's read the back of the film here. Okay, we're going to do the back of the case. Jamie leaves Los Angeles and her psychotic boyfriend for the bright lights of Las Vegas and her new female lover, Brooke. Unknown to Jamie, her friends and acquaintances are being killed one by a mysterious lady. It's only a matter of time before Jamie and her ex-boyfriend are reunited, and he's changed more than his attitude. On Tubi TV, the film synopsis description is: man's girlfriend leaves him for a woman. He then goes to get a sex change, and then proceeds to kill his ex-girlfriend's friends and acquaintances and co-workers, and then tries to get back with her. It's absurd. It is absolutely absurd in every way, shape, or form. It is not logical. It doesn't make any sense at all, and I don't care. It is so amazing. This is amazing. You're not supposed to go into this film expecting anything to make no. The killer dies with a chainsaw through the gut. You get the chainsaw, you start the chainsaw up, and she stabs it through her ex-boyfriend. She stabs it through the chest, and the blood squibs all over the place. It is gratuitously red. If you're into that type of stuff, if you've watched the first Evil Dead movie, the original Evil Dead movie, and you saw how indie that movie looked, it's a lot like that, but it was made in the early 2000s. So, it's something that you can enjoy if that's the type of film that you enjoy. If you don't enjoy that type of film, then you're probably not going to enjoy this. But I would still say that you should give it a shot. It is free to watch on Tubi TV. You don't have to go hunt down a DVD. You can just watch it on Tubi TV, and if you end up really liking it, support the guy and find a copy and watch it. And keep it in your collection, because it is worth it, man. It is worth it. I love these types of indie films. I watched another one called by, Leo's last name, what's his name? Leo Kavadinsky. He's got a couple of films that I really liked. There's one called The Vampire Conspiracy, and then I think there was one, no, not The Vampire Conspiracy, Fist of the Vampire, that's it, I think. It's crazy, it's insane stuff, and it's amazing to watch. He's got a couple other ones, but if you're into those types of movies, if you're into those types of films, Switch Killer is right up your alley. You pick it up, you watch it, and you will enjoy it. Trust me.